ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم حضرت Mufti Abdul Samad Sahab Badazidhu al-Ali, respected ulama, esteemed ulama and beloved students. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has taught us a dua. Allahumma inni as'aluka hubbak wa hubba man yuhibbuk wa hubba amalin yuqarribuni ila hubbik. Oh Allah, I ask of you your love and your muhabbat. I ask of you the love and the muhabbat of those people that love you. And I ask of you the love and the muhabbat of those actions, those deeds that would make me closer to you. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam taught us a dua. When you go to any land, any place, then recite this dua, Allahumma habbib salihi ahliha ilayna. Oh Allah, make the beloved people of that place beloved to us. From this dua we understand, when you go to any place, you should look for those people that are close to Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. People that are beloved to Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala benefit from their company and get closer to Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi desire, wish, aspiration, as recorded in Hidayatul Nahwa under the discussion of La'alla uhibbu salihin wa lastu minhum la'alla Allah yarzuquni sadaha. The wish, desire, the expression Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi had, I love the salihin, I love the pious people, but I'm not among them. This was an expression of a humbleness and humility. But his desire was, لَعَلَّ اللَّهَ يَرْزَقُنِي صَلَاحًا. That I hope and wish that one day Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala will create the ability of salah, taqwa and piety in me through the association of pious people. Beloved students, it is my sa'adat. It is my good fortune to come here in the madrasa and to meet you, meet the students of Deen. The madrasa is a repository of the salihin and the pious people. We come to these kind of places so they become a means for us to get closer to Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. And this was a great sunnah among the Sahaba. In Bukhari Sharif, in the second volume, in Kitab al-Maghazi, in the discussion of Wufud, Imam Bukhari rahmatullahi titled the topic, Babu Wafdi Ahli al-Yaman wa Qudumi Ahli al-Ash'ariyin. The 8th hadith Imam Bukhari rahmatullahi quotes, with his authority and with his sanad, his ustad being Abdan ustad being Abu Hamza, Abu Hamza's ustad being A'mash's ustad being Ebrahim Nakha'i, and Ibrahim Nakha'i's ustad being Al-Qama. Al-Qama rahmatullahi alayhi says, Kunna julusan 'inda Ibn Mas'ud. On one occasion, we were seated in a madrasa with our muhtamim sahab, with our principal. It was the environment of a student, environment of a madrasa. So we were seated with Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu ta'ala anhu. فَجَاءَ خَبَّابِ ibn Arid, a great illustrious Sahabi of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Khabbab ibn Arid radiallahu ta'ala came. He came to visit the madrasa. He came to meet Abdullah ibn Mas'ud and the students of Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. So Khabbab ibn Arid radiallahu ta'ala told to the principal, told to Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu ta'ala, أَيَسْتَطِيعُ هَؤُلَاءِ الشَّبَابِ أَن يَقْرَؤُوا كَمَا تَقْرَأُ? That all these students that are here, are they able to read the Quran with that expertise that you have? So Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu ta'ala replied and he said, that Ama in Shid, أَمَرْتُ أَن يَقْرَأَ بَعْدَهُمْ. That if you wish, I will tell one of the students to come forward and recite something before you. You judge for yourself whether they can read like me or not. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu ta'ala then instructed Alqamah, Iqra ya Alqamah. O Alqamah, you read in front of this great illustrious Sahabi Khabbab ibn Arid radiallahu ta'ala. So one fellow student, Zayd ibn Huda, who was the brother of Ziyad ibn Huda, he objected to the principal. The nomination of the principal. Normally in competitions in the madrasa, one student competing with another student. When the principal tells one to read, the other one may just object. So Zayd ibn Huda, the brother of Ziyad ibn Huda, he objected to the principal and he said that أَتَأْمُرْ أَلْقَمَا يَقْرَأ وَلَيْسَ بِأَقْرَئِنَا. You are telling Alqamah to read, he's not the best reciter in our madrasa. He's not the most skillful student. So Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu ta'ala mentioned that Ama in Shid, أخبرتك بما قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فيك وفي قومه وفي قومك. That if you want, I will tell you what Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned about your nation and about the nation of Alqamah. Alqamah then says, فَقَرَأْتُ مِنْ سُورَةِ مَرْيَمْ 50 آيَةً. Upon the instruction of the principal, I recited 50 ayat of Surah Maryam. After he recited, Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu ta'ala was faced towards Khabbab ibn Arid and asked him, كيف قرأ? How did the student read? So Khabbab ibn Arid mentioned, قد أحسن. He read very nicely, very beautifully. It is upon that Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu ta'ala mentioned that ما أقرأ شيء إلا وهم يقرؤوه. Every student of mine in the madrasa, they have the same skills of reading like how I read. Then Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu ta'ala faced with Khabbab ibn Arid radiallahu ta'ala. Khabbab ibn Arid radiallahu ta'ala came to visit the madrasa. He was wearing a gold ring. Wearing gold is haram, it is prohibited. And probably Khabbab ibn Arid didn't know that it was prohibited. And out of ignorance, he was wearing a gold ring. So Abdullah ibn Mas'ud faced to Khabbab ibn Arid and told him that أَلَمْ يَأْنِ لِهَذَا الْخَاتَمْ أَن يُلْقَى. Has the time not come now for you to throw this ring away? So Khabbab ibn Arid, without any reservation, he responded to Abdullah ibn Mas'ud that Ama لَن تَرَاهُ بَعْدَ هَذَا الْيَوْمِ. That after this day, you will never see the gold ring on me. From this hadith, there are a lot of lessons that we learn. The first lesson, that it was the sunnah of the Sahaba to visit one another and to visit the madrasas. And in doing so, that increases love, muhabbat and support. Second lesson we learn that when a visitor comes to a madrasa, he would acknowledge the skills and the ability of the principal of the madrasa, the asatida of the madrasa, and the students of the madrasa. When Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu ta'ala, Khabbab ibn Arid asked Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, أَيَسْتَطِيعُ هَؤُلَاءِ أَن يَقْرَؤُوا كَمَا تَقْرَأُ? The 10 youngsters read like how you read, the emphasis can like how you read, showing that he acknowledged the skills of Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu ta'ala. And in Bukhari Sharif, there is a narration wherein Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned, recite the Quran from 4 people, from among them, one was Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu ta'ala. Third lesson we learn, a visitor comes to a madrasa, he can make observations about the madrasa. How the madrasa looks, how the education is, what is the attitude and the principles of the madrasa. We make observations on the madrasa. And the fourth, we also understand from this hadith that it is permissible for the principal, for certain reasons, to showcase the ability of the students. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud presented Al-Qama to read in front of Khabbab ibn Arif. And it is also among the adab and the etiquette of the guest that he acknowledges the skills and the ability of the students. And last and most important is the meeting of the guest in the madrasa with the asatida, with the administration of the asatida, is to correct one another, help and assist one another, and learn and benefit from one another. Khabbab ibn Arif, he was wearing a gold ring. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud did not correct him the moment he entered. He waited, honored him, and then right at the ending he told to him, has the time now come for you to remove the golden ring? And Khabbab ibn Arif immediately he accepted that correction that Abdullah ibn Mas'ud made to him. So, me coming here in the madrasa, it is my sa'adat, it is my good fortune, and it is a means for me also to benefit from interacting with you. And in fact, in Bukhari Sharif, again in the second volume in Kitab al-Maghazi, there is another incident in a discussion of wufud. Imam Bukhari rahmatullah titled the bab that Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam sent certain Sahaba to Yemen before the conquest of Makkah al-Mukarramah. He sent Mu'adh bin Jabal radiallahu ta'ala and Abu Musa Ash'ari radiallahu ta'ala to Yemen. Wal Yemen Mikhlafan. There were two regions in Yemen. In one region, Abu Musa Ash'ari radiallahu ta'ala resided, and in another region, Mu'adh radiallahu ta'ala resided. So on one occasion, Mu'adh radiallahu ta'ala went to Abu Musa Ash'ari radiallahu ta'ala and he asked Abu Musa Ash'ari radiallahu ta'ala, كيف تقرأ القرآن? How do you read the Quran? They used to meet one another, they used to interact with one another, ask one another these kind of questions. So, كيف تقرأ القرآن? How do you read the Quran? So Abu Musa Ash'ari radiallahu ta'ala mentioned, أتفوقه تفوقا. That I read the Quran every now and then. I read the Quran, I get tired, I leave it again. When I have strength and energy, I read the Quran again. Abu Musa Ash'ari asked Mu'adh radiallahu ta'ala, كيف تقرأ? And how do you read the Quran? So Mu'adh radiallahu ta'ala mentioned that أنام أول الليل وقد قضيت جزءي من النوم. My principle is that the beginning of the night, I sleep away. When I finish one portion of my sleep and I wake up, then I recite the Quran again. أحتسب نومتي كما أحتسب قومتي. That when I sleep, through my sleep, I hope to get ajr and reward, like how I would get ajr and reward when I'm engaged in ibadat. But from this hadith, we also understand it was a habit of the Sahaba. They would interact with one another, and they would benefit from one another. The madaris, they are the repositories of the salihin, of the neck people, the pious people. Allah Ta'ala tells us in the Quran Kareem, Allah yajtabi ilayhi man yasha, wa yahdi ilayhi man anab. If Almighty Allah Ta'ala wants to draw somebody towards Himself, then Almighty Allah Ta'ala chooses whoever He wants. There's two words mentioned here in this ayat, ijtiba, to draw towards Allah Ta'ala. And ijtiba actually leads to inaba, turning towards Almighty Allah Ta'ala. And the most efficient way to achieve that is in the engagement in seeking knowledge. And this also understood from another ayat of the Quran Kareem, wherein Allah Ta'ala says, كونوا ربانيين بما كنتم تعلمون الكتاب وبما كنتم تدرسون. You become Allah wala, you become close to Almighty Allah Ta'ala by engaging yourself in two things, ta'aleem and ta'allum. So even a person, when Almighty Allah Ta'ala wants to draw somebody towards Himself, Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala will give somebody the tawfiq of inabat, turning towards Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. Allah puts it into his heart to study ilm-e-deen. And Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala through ilm-e-deen will make a person close to Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. In the madaris, the system of teaching, education, when you come out from the madrasa, you have certain titles. A person completed Quran al-Karim, he is the Hafiz of the Quran al-Karim. A person completed Alim, the Alim cause, he is known as an Alim. If a person completed the Qari, he is known as a Qari, he is known as a Muqri. If a person completed Iftar cause, he is known as a Mufti. Each one of these titles, they are attributes of Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. Inna nahnu nazzalna dhikra wa inna lahu lahafidun. Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala refers to himself as a Hafiz. That's a title that conferred upon a student who completes the Quran. A person that does his qira'ah, sanuqri'uka fala tansa. Allah refers to qira'ah to himself. When a person does his father, he knows an alim. Quality of Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, alim al-ghayb. Yes, Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, absolute knowledge, we have a little knowledge, but the title is given to a person that has ilm of deen. A person that issues fatwa, that also a title is given to him is attribution to Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. Allah attributed to himself. يَسْتَفْتُونَكَ قُلِ اللَّهُ يُفْتِيكُمْ فِي الْكَلَامِ. So these are all great, great attributes that Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala confers upon students of deen. But with all these attributes, great, great attributes that belong to Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, and Allah confers it upon a person that is educated in deen, with that comes great responsibilities. The greatest responsibility upon a student of deen is tasheeh niyyat. Correct your intention. What are you here for? What is your intention? What do you wish to achieve through your studies? If your intention is solely the Ridwan and the grace of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, there wouldn't be any greater motivation for you to achieve your aim and objective than the correct intention. And the proof for that is, the very first bab comes in Bukhari Sharif, Babun Kayfa Kana Badul Wahi ila Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Imam Bukhari rahmatullah speaks about the inception of Wahi upon the Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And the first hadith Imam Bukhari mentioned, Innamal a'malu bin niyat. What is the link between inception of revelation and niyat? Some ulama have mentioned, when Makkah Mukarramah was infested and saturated with every form of evil, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in that environment, he came out from his home and with ikhlas, with sincerity, with lillahi, he went to the cave of Hira. Even the barakat of that sincerity and that hijrah came up from his house, he went to the cave of Hira. Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala sent wahi and revelation. The time of wahi and revelation had come to an end. If you leave home, you come to the madrasa with ikhlas, with sincerity, lillahi, your hijrah from home, you left home, come to the madrasa with the intention of seeking the ridwan and the pleasure of Allah, then Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala also give you the barakat of ulum. On one occasion, Hazrat Mufti Ahmad Khan Puri Sahab, Maddazilluhu, I consulted with him on one particular issue. He caught my hand and he told me, "Main aapko ek baat batau. Let me tell you one thing." And he said that the success of anything depends on the sincerity of your niyyat. How much of intention, whatever amount of ikhlas you have, the consequence of that will be according to your intention. If you have sincerity, you can predict a success. And if you have insincerity, then you can see there will be shortcoming and deficiency in the outcome according to deficiency in your intention. The most important thing for a student is correct your niyyat, correct your intention. The second important thing for a student, learn how to listen. We probably may be listening, our ears may be open, but is our heart open? We need to learn how to listen. Unfortunately today, we have many youngsters that they've got their own mind. They don't trust the skill, the ability, the tajrubah of our elders and our seniors. If you trust the skill, the ability of your seniors, and you really listen, then the way towards your success is already open. Almighty Allah tells us in the Quran al-Kareem, وَإِذَا قُرِئَ الْقُرْآنِ فَاسْتَمِعُوا لَهُ. The Quran to be read, listen attentively. Here Allah doesn't say fasma'u. This is from Sulasi Mazid Fi. Moving from Sulasi Mujarrad to Sulasi Mazid Fi, it has certain khasiyat al-abwab. One of it is mubalagha. In istami'u, it is mubalagha. Listen attentively. And when you listen attentively, the consequence of it is always going to be very sweet. See, Allah speaks about the believers in the Quran Kareem. Sami'na wa ata'na. The believers are such, they listen. And because they listen attentively, it leads them to obey. And conversely, when Allah speaks about the munafiqeen, sami'na wa asayna. They also listen, but they do not listen attentively. And because of that, instead of itaat, it leads to isyan. Allah speaks about the inmates of the fire of Jahannam. وَقَالُوا لَوْ كُنَّا نَسْمَعْ أَوْ نَعْقِلْ مَا كُنَّا فِي أَصْحَابِ السَّعِيرِ. People who go into Jahannam, then people will ask them, what put you into Jahannam? مَا سَلَكَكُمْ فِي سَقَرٍ. What led you to the fire of Jahannam? One of the reasons they will mention that had we only listened. Had we only listened. Not only listening attentively. Listening not only with your ears, listening with your heart and your mind and your soul. That leads to submission. And when Nabi Kareem Sallallahu used to make Islah, Nabi Sallallahu paved the way for the Sahaba for success. Baya'na Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam ala sam' wa ta'a. Nabi Kareem took that on the hand of the Sahaba to listen and to obey. From this we understand listening is so important. And unfortunately today, you observe that students will be in a madrasa, they will study, but that listening carefully, attentively, following the advice of their elders and seniors, they do not do that, and that leads to weakness and shortcoming. And I'm going to give an example of one person that was fishing in the ocean. Here in Durban, by the seaside, a lot of fishing takes place. So we use sardines, a type of a fish that comes out in Durban, in the channel, in the Indian Ocean. So a fisherman was fishing with his fish, with his sardine, and whilst he was fishing, in the ocean, the small fish, the sardine that was hooked up in it, so one small fish in the ocean went to nibble on the sardine. So one big fish happened to pass by and told a small fish, don't nibble on that, there's a catch behind it. There's a piece of iron behind it. You keep on nibbling until you get hooked up in that. A small fish told a big fish, you're jealous. Because I've got something to eat, you don't have to eat, you're jealous on me, that is why you don't want me to eat. So a big fish pleaded to a small fish, I'm not jealous for you, I'm worried about you. Listen to me, I wish well for you. Should you listen to me, you'll be successful, you'll be safe from harm. The small fish didn't listen. And it kept on nibbling until such time when it got hooked up in the small hook. And now the fisherman got a jet on the outside and he reeled that fish out of the ocean. The big fish then told to a small fish, Kya maine aapko nahi kaha? Did I not tell you? I told you to be careful. I told you to protect yourself. And unfortunately, this is what happens. When we don't listen to our elders, we don't listen to our seniors, we'll get caught up like how the fish got caught. I'll also give an example, the incident of my mother, when I finished off in Durban and I went back home to South Africa, just completely qualified, newly qualified. When you're qualified, you are full of Josh in you. You think that you are going to now reform the entire world. You didn't even reform yourself, you're going to reform the entire world. So I went home, and when I went to the kitchen, I saw there's so much of cutlery. Normally in the houses, you won't have 2 cups or 3 cups, you probably have like 1 dozen. So I told my mother that there's so many cups and saucers here, why don't you just keep 2, 3, Zulwat ke mutabik. So she said, give it away, sadqa. So she said, sadqa mein de one. Yeah, sadqa mein de. Just keep enough for yourself, 2 or 3. She just looked at me. So I go in the kitchen, I go in the bedroom, and I saw there's so many blankets, so many pillows. So I told my mother, just keep 2, 3. Sadqa mein de. I think sadqa mein de one. Give this also in sadqa. She kept on telling me that under the hilam che hilam ni bale. So I used to think to myself, what is my mother saying? I studied Bukhari, I studied Muslim, Tirmidhi, Abu Dawud, and all this. My mother doesn't have the knowledge of that. And how did she come to the conclusion that I got hilam but I don't have hilam? Hilam is taught in Bukhari everywhere else. So I got married. invited my parents home. And I took my mother to the bedroom. I had just purchased a set of furniture. It had 2 cupboards, one for the male, one for the female, and the center it had some furniture. So I told my mother, I just want this right down, and this cupboard is for the male, this cupboard is for the female. So my mother asked me very diplomatically, how many of you are staying in the house? I told 2. So then, एक कबाड़ काफी छे, बीजू सब कबाड़ नहीं. So very, very important for us. We should learn to listen to our elders, listen to our seniors. The third lesson, that whilst you are young, you are in a madrasa, you are in an environment, the biggest thing that can be ever given to any person in today's era of fitna and fasad is the most beautiful environment. This environment that you have here, you're not going to get it outside. And the greatest investment that you have here is the environment, the mahol that you have. Use that opportunity and exert yourself in seeking education. Like mujahada. There's a saying in Arabic, man talaba shay wajadta wajad. When you're searching for something and you make an effort, you'll definitely get it. If you are looking for a particular cell phone, you're looking for a particular type of a computer, or you're looking for anything that you are searching for, you can't find it nearby, you'll immediately go on Google or you'll search, where can you find it? And you probably will go in the furthest part of the world to get whatever you wish or you desire. And you'll be successful because you made an effort. Why is it that when you're studying certain kitab, you study Nuriza, you study Usul Shafi, you study Nurul Anwar, you're having certain difficulty in understanding certain ibarat and you give up? Don't ever give up. Man talaba shay wajadta wajad. Make an effort, you will be able to reach your objective. There's a saying in Arabic, Man qara'a al-bab walajja walaj. You go tap at the door and you insist you want to enter. Then you definitely enter. At least the person will open the door to find out who's there, but he may not let you enter. But in the door of Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, Allah opened the door hard. Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala will make you enter. You make an effort in seeking knowledge, Allah will give you the ilm. But you need to make an effort. Al-ilmu la yu'tika ba'dahu hatta tu'tiyahu kullah. You have to give yourself fullest in seeking yourself knowledge, then you get a little bit of it. Hada shan, laysa lahu shan siwa hada shan. This is such a thing that you need to exert yourself. You should know nothing but just to exert yourself in seeking knowledge. Al-jid yughni kulla amrin shasih. Wal-jid yaftah kulla babin mughlaq. When you make an effort, every difficult thing will become easy upon you. Every locked door will become open for you. We heard the incident of one of the famous students of Imam Malik rahmatullah alayhi, Yahya Andalusi. Not far away from here, Andalus, Spain at that time. Great, illustrious person, one of the narrators of Muwatta Imam Malik. Student of Imam Malik rahmatullah alayhi. He was studying in Madinah Munawwara. On one occasion, while the lessons were on, there was an elephant that came in Madinah Munawwara. Something unique. So all the students, they went out to look at the elephant. Yahya Andalusi did not go on. So Imam Malik asked him, why did you not go see the elephant? Everybody's gone to see the elephant. It's something unique. I didn't come here to see elephants. I came here to study ilm. And you've got to tie yourself up. You've got to shackle yourself and exert yourself in seeking ilm. The third lesson that I wish to share with you is inculcate taqwa within ourselves. In Kitab al-Sayli wa Zaba'i, you did a masla of how a dog has to be trained. We know a dog that it is regarded to be najis, regarded to be impure, and the saliva of the dog is also very impure. And among all animals, the animal that is most grievous is the dog. Every other animal, it probably would eat the flesh. A dog will eat the flesh and the bones as well. The dog is regarded to be impure, is regarded to be the most grievous of animals. Now if you were to train a dog to become a qualified hunter to hunt, then you would first, the person will send the dog out, and if the dog happened to eat from his prey, then you'll beat the dog. Repeatedly you'll beat the dog until such time the dog will create the ability of restraint within himself. In fact, the masla is that if the dog has to drink the blood, but the dog don't eat the meat, then that is also regarded to be a qualified mu'allam. Because the dog now knows what it should eat, what it should take, what it should not take. Likewise, when this is a situation of a dog that is impure, a dog is so greedy, yet it has taqwa in it, has restraint in it, the prey of such an animal, if that can be made halal, imagine if we have to inculcate within ourselves taqwa and piety, what will that do? There will be barakat in our umur. And the last point that I wish to mention is that what are the qualities? How does a person become a Rabbani? How does a person become close to Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala? تُعَلِّمُونَ الْكِتَابَ وَبِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَدْرُسُونَ. And in the tafsir of this, بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَكُونُوا رَبَّانِيِّينَ, 4 qualities have been mentioned. One is صَوَّامًا بِالنَّهَارِ. Fast excessively in the day. You don't expect your students to fast unless you want to have anything to study. Second, قَوَّامًا بِاللَّيْلِ. That stay up at night and make ibadat, make tahajjud. So a student can also make adjustment in that according to his studying timetable and schedule. But the 2 things after that, mustaghfiran bil ashar. At the time of tahajjud, not only at the time of tahajjud, any time, keep on making istighfar, turning to Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, asking Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala for forgiveness. And the last one, buka min khashyatillah. That cry excessively to Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala and ask Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala to forgive, to create an ability of khashiyat within yourself. These are certain things that we should inculcate within ourselves to make our knowledge very, very successful and efficient. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam taught us dua, Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a wa amalan mutaqabbala wa rizqan halalan tayyiba wa shifa'an min kulli da'. Oh Allah, I ask of you knowledge that is beneficial. We don't just seek knowledge which is beneficial. Beneficial to yourself, beneficial to others as well. وَعَمَلًا مُتَقَبَّلًا. The purpose of seeking knowledge is not only knowledge, to make amal. What are we going to do with the ilm without that amal? That ilm may turn out to be a hujjat, a wabal against us. Ebrahim on one occasion, he came to a certain place and he saw a rock, and there was something written on the rock. It was stated there that come behind me and you'll see something. Or turn me around and see what is written under me. But the person, Ibrahim ibn Adham, when he lifted up the rock, he saw a thought-provoking statement in that. It was written there that tatlubul ilm, that you are seeking knowledge or you're not practicing on the knowledge that you have. Why are you seeking knowledge for something that you don't even know? Whatever little knowledge you have, you practice on that first. They say in Arabic, فَصَادٌ كَبِيرٌ عَالِمٌ مُتَحَدِّقٌ وَأَكْبَرُ مِنْهُ جَاهِلٌ مُتَنَسِّقٌ. That one is that a person with ilm in him but violates the law of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. That leads to great fasad. And a greater fasad than that is a person is not a knowledgeable person. He's not a knowledgeable person. He creates himself to be knowledgeable. He creates himself to be an expert in tasawwuf and Sufism, and he misleads the people. Huma fil alameen fitnatun aziba. And these 2 people, an alim with the ilm of deen, but he violates the law of Allah, and a person who is a Sufi who has the ilm of deen, they both of them have been the great corruption. Abdullah ibn Dinar, he mentioned a statement. On one occasion, he addressed the ulama, he addressed the people, and he told to them that, Ya ma'ashar al-ulama, ya milh al-balad. There are a group of ulama and O salt of the town. A group of the ulama, O salt of the town. فَكَيْفَ يَصْلُحُ الْبَلَدْ إِذَا فَسَدَ الْمِلْحِ. How can the town be corrected when you yourself is corrupt? One person, he went to a college and university and he studied the psychology of reforming the entire world. And after having qualified, then he decided now he should go into practice how to reform the world. So he prepared a blue chip, he prepared a white paper on how we should reform the entire world. Now, he prepared the paper in theory, in practice, he prepared the paper. When the time came to implementing, he thought to himself, this is a very difficult task. Where am I going to reform the entire world? He decided to prepare another blue chip or a white paper. I can't reform the entire world, at least let me reform my country. So he prepared a white paper for that, let me reform my entire country. When the time came to implement that, he said, this is also very difficult. Then he made further adjustments. I can't reform the world, I can't reform the country, let me reform the family. Reforming your family is most difficult. And then he thought to himself, I can't reform my entire family, let me reform my wife at least. And he found that even more difficult than reforming the entire world. And then he thought to himself, now, let me prepare a blue chip of white paper on reforming my own self. And then when he started reforming his own self, now he started advising his wife, his wife started listening. Family started listening. People in the country started listening. People around the world started listening. And the moral we learn from this, that one is ill, but learn to change yourself, reform yourself, then you can be effective in the outside world. And the third dua Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that rizqan halalan tayyiba. That Allah must give us halal, pure rizq. One is rizq to be tayyib and rizq to be halal. And lastly, wa shifa min kulli da. That Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala give us shifa, cure from every form of sickness. One is physical sickness, but worse than physical sickness is a spiritual sickness. And for that, we have to be in the company of the sulaha. We have to be in the company of the pious people. And we need to learn, we need to correct ourselves. One is to have academic knowledge. But those people that are attached to the Ahlullah, those people that are attached to the and the pious people, there's always barakat in the ulum. You'll find many, many people that they probably got a lot of academic skills and ability in them. And sometimes when they talk, you'll be also amazed that how they are talking, what great skills they have in them. But the ifadiyat in the world is limited. Probably to a college and university. And probably not more than that for a limited period of time, it will die off. But those people that attach themselves to Ahlullah, make islah of themselves, correct themselves, and you put the nur of ilm in you. Knowledge spreads, it's not knowledge black and white, it is the nur of ilm that spreads out, and that only when you attach yourself to Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, and you have ta'alluq with Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, then only there will be barakat in your ulum. We make dua, Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala grant us the barakat of this dua. We also make dua that Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala accept our coming here, our visit here. As I mentioned to you at the beginning, and madrasa is a repository of the Salihin. I have come here, it is my sa'adat, it is my good fortune. I have come here to benefit from you, and I hope that this meeting of ours will be means of our najat in the qabr, in the akhirah, and Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala will get happy with us. May Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, every one of you ilm and nafi'ah. May Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala use every one of you to serve the deen of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala and make it a great Isbad festival for the qabr and the akhirah. Sometimes students, they have this waswasa, this doubt in them. I'm studying in a madrasa, and they compare themselves with their brothers, their family people, with people that friends and associates. Somebody is in a college, somebody in the university, somebody is studying medicine, somebody is studying engineering, and they are so far deep in that field. When they qualify, they'll have a great big bank balance. What about myself? I hardly got anything. What am I going to achieve in the madrasa? That is just a waswasa, and that is a trick of the shaitan to mislead you and to create a negativity in your thought. You should never ever get caught up with that negativity. The greatest benefit you have is that you have made a great investment for the akhirah. See, in the hadith, Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is important to mention, Sab'atun yudhilluhumullahu fi zillihi yawma la dhilla illa billah. 7 people will get the shade under the arsh of Almighty Allah. On that day, when they will get the shade of the arsh of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. And among them is Shabun nasha'a fi ibadati rabbih. That a youngster, a shabab, he nurtured himself in the ibadat of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. So while you are studying here in the madrasa, don't ever think that you have wasted yourself. Don't ever compare yourself with your friends, your associates, they're studying a college and university. Don't think that you have lost out. You are far ahead of anyone because you have made a great investment for the akhirat. And if Allah accepts it, then inshallah, you will secure yourself a place on that arsh of Allah Ta'ala. May Allah grant every one of us, please. And